Drop it. Can I have that, please? What's going on? Jack Sauce here, and of course, you know, day 14. Day 14 of the 2023 Bitter Pops Advent Calendar is here. Let's get into this, man. Another day, another beer from the box. Box number 2, of course. Day 2 on box number 2. I don't know where I'm going with that. Let's just get into it. Day 14. Let's rip this thing off. Let's get into it. It's time for a beer. I'm I'm thirsty. I'm not gonna lie. Today's been a weird day. It's been a rough day. So let's get into this, shall we? All right. Day 14. What are you bringing us? Are you gonna be anywhere near as good as day 13? I think so. Very cool. One of my favorite breweries. Awesome. Wow. I didn't expect to see them in this box. Very, very excited. This is Drekker. And it's something that I haven't tried from them that I need to try from them because it's literally, I think, the beer they brew more of than any other beer they make. Every time I see these guys, I just get some of their really, really funky stuff because they do some really, really funky stuff. Man, this is Drekker Brewing Company. They're coming out of Fargo, North Dakota. This is their Ectogasm. This is an India Pale Ale, hazy New England style, man. We're going big and bold after yesterday's Hellas that I absolutely loved. This is going to be a little bit more oomph, a little bit more bang for your buck. It's 7% ABV. It's what I need. It's been a rough day. This is done with pale two-row flaked oats, chloroform malted oats. I know there's Citra and Mosaic in here. House IPA yeast, whatever they're. I'm very excited. Drekker's a cool brewery, man. They have some crazy stuff going on. They started in 2014. It's 4 friends. I don't know their names. They kind of have a Viking motif, as you can see by their logo here. Their whole thing is kind of done in like big and bold fashion, like the Vikings would, if you will. Drekker, their name is a made-up word, kind of a play on different Norse words. Things meaning to drink. I don't remember the exact Norse words, but it's a play off of those. To drink, something about like a draft drink, something about dragon boats, all that kind of stuff. They took some words, put it together, made their own word, and it's Drekker. They brew in a place called Brewhalla Hall, or Brewhalla, or something like that. Brewhalla is their brewery in Fargo, North Dakota now. It is absolutely insane. 2014 is when Drekker started. 2018, I believe, is when they opened this Brewhalla thing. It's like a big Viking hall, if you will, with the brewery. It has a food hall, I believe, in it. I know it has hotels. It's an event space. They have a market in there. Local artists are in there. All sorts of stuff, man. From what I understand, if you're a beer geek like me, it's literally a destination spot. I gotta go check it out at some point. It's a good reason to go to Fargo, North Dakota. I don't know what else is there besides Brewhalla. I gotta go check it out. Listen, Drekker wasn't supposed to be this big funky brewery at one point. They were just kind of doing smaller, kind of classic, normal styles. And then they brewed this thing called the Broken Rudder, which was a red ale. But the big thing is they took 15 pounds of honey and dumped this into it. They were doing classic styles before that. They released this beautiful honey-infused red ale, and people just gobbled it up. They guzzled it down to the point they could not keep up. Their small brewery at the time, all they were making is Broken Rudder. So they outsourced that, I believe, to a company in Florida, which opened up their horizons. I think they realized at that point that they could get away with some pretty funky stuff. So now they do specialize a lot in like hazies and milkshake style IPAs. They do amazing sours. Just some of the most hit you over the head Berliner style sours, you know, where they're not all of them are just super like pucker up and just, you know, and die like your palate's dead, man. But just beautiful fruit explosions of all sorts of things. I'm very, very excited to try this one, the Ectogasm, which I think, like I said, I believe I read at some point is the most produced beer right now from Drekker. Drekker does something really, really cool as well. What they do is they take some money every month. They pick a different local nonprofit in the Fargo area, and they donate money from every beer sold. So they donate a lot of money over the years to different nonprofits in the area, and I think that's great. I don't know exactly how they pick them or anything like that. I just saw that not too long ago, actually, that they do that, and I think that's really cool. Of course, hazies. We've talked about hazies. We know about the hazies, the unfiltered, the thickness, the mouthfeel, the flocculation, all that kind of stuff. This is a great example of a New England style IPA, or an original hazy, if you will, because they are using oats in there. Why would you put actual oats in there? Well, oats They're going to give you that silky mouthfeel. Think about oatmeal. That mouthfeel, the heaviness, the weight of the oats. And of course, because you're looking for all those proteins and those specks from, or the junk from the different things that during the flocculation that you just want suspended, if you will, in the beer to give it that beautiful hazy color. Oats is a great way to go. So as a matter of fact, the traditional New England IPAs, you're gonna find oat in it, and they're going to do that. So let's take a look at this beer. I'm very excited about it. So excited, actually. I've seen Ectogasm, I've heard of Ectogasm, never had it, because every time I see Drekker, I grab one of their funky sours because I just think they're the coolest thing in the world. Really a cool brewery. If you've never had them, just pick some up at your local bottle shop, wherever you can find them. Their distribution just continues to get bigger. I mean, that is a hazy, kind of borderline milkshake with the just creamy look to it. Look at that, man. Look at the creaminess on that. Just beautiful orange, kind of dark. I mean, that is so thick. There's just no light penetrating through there. Just a orange, pale orange color. Tons of citrus on the nose, obviously from Citra hops. There's melon coming through. We're going to start getting, but there's not a huge hit of like any sort of resonating, any sort of herbaceous, juniper, things of that nature. That's a lot of fruit, tropical coming through. A little bit of melon, I would say, on the nose. Ooh, boy. That's Drekker all the way, man. It's not one of their sours for sure, which are big and tart and just, this is an IPA. This is a hazy IPA, heavy on the mouthfeel, man. That is a heavy beer. It weighs down on your tongue, man. And those flavors just hit and they just expand. Starts off with beautiful citrus notes, rolls right into kind of like a creamy dreamsicle kind of component, and then there's like honeydew and cantaloupe, a little bit melon kind of components, and then there's tropical fruit backbone to it, like a passion fruit kind of tartness in there, definite. That's really good. And then there is a little bit of pininess, kind of rounding it out, and then a really nice bitterness on the end, a really bold bitterness, but a satisfying bitterness on the end of this thing. No, Jackson, you cannot have this. This is not for you. And the oats, man, that texture that it brings, and milkshakey quality, that's just a heavy mouthfeel. I can't get over that, man. Great beer, Drekker. You guys crush it. I love this brewery so much. I really do. They're just a fun brewery. All right, guys. Day 15 tomorrow, man. Christmas is right around the corner. I can't believe it. Guys, have a great night. I had to come back in on this. I don't know if you can see that, but look at that. I mean, that's insane. That's actually particles of oat floating in this beer. You can see that? There you go. Unbelievable, Drekker. Very cool. What a texture.